In the year 40 AD, a Roman invasion force stood in formation on a dark, stormy beach at the northern edge of the known world. A legionnaire deployed to a frontier like this expected to march inland. They spent years training to besiege fortresses, hold shield walls, and fight human enemies. Instead, the order that arrived from the emperor defied all military logic. He points toward the water of the English Channel and commands his troops to attack. Thousands of highly trained soldiers marched into the surf. They swung their iron swords at the cresting waves. Then, on the emperor's command, they filled their helmets with seashells to claim as trophies. This bizarre spectacle leaves us with a difficult question. We have to determine if the most powerful man on Earth truly lost his mind, or if a hidden strategic logic governed his war on the ocean. Long before the erratic orders on the beach, the emperor was simply a child named Gaius. Raised in military camps alongside his father, a renowned Roman general, soldiers adored the boy. They gave him a nickname based on the tiny military boots he wore, Caligula, meaning little boots. When he eventually took the throne, the public rejoiced. He lowered taxes, released political prisoners, and brought back lavish public games. Rome believed a new golden age had arrived. Then a severe illness struck the young ruler. He survived, but those closest to him observed a stark change in his behavior. His spending exploded into massive theatrical displays of power. He demanded absolute submission, and slowly his political allies began disappearing. This timeline forces us to distinguish between two conflicting legacies: a ruler suffering a literal neurological break, and a leader whose calculated political maneuvers were rewritten by those who outlived him. The traditional explanation relies on clinical insanity. Ancient writers claimed Caligula genuinely believed the Roman Empire was locked in a literal physical conflict with the sea god Neptune. According to this theory, the mysterious fever he suffered early in his reign damaged his mind, allowing a deep paranoia to slowly corrupt his entire reality. Modern medical profiling shows that extreme neurological instability often manifests through unprovoked cruelty, severe paranoia, and highly impulsive spending, all hallmarks of his later rule. But writing off the beach incident as pure madness offers an easy answer. Modern historians point out that analyzing a Roman head of state as completely delusional ignores the massive logistical machine he was operating. A closer look at the military context points toward a second theory: political theater. In 40 AD, the northern frontier was brutal, freezing, and isolating. The Roman troops were exhausted. More importantly, they were terrified of crossing the mysterious channel to invade the unconquered island of Britain. This placed Caligula in a trap. Executing his own mutinous troops would ignite a full-scale military rebellion, but retreating to Rome without a victory would project political weakness and invite assassination. To bypass this trap, he redirected the army's aggression toward a harmless, symbolic target. Declaring the ocean itself an enemy allowed him to manufacture a victory. Gathering seashells provided a technical triumph over nature, resulting in 0 casualties and preserving military honor. Ordering his men to stab the waves provided a safe outlet for a dangerous army. It allowed Caligula to pacify heavily armed men on the verge of revolt by manufacturing a victory that cost nothing. The third theory examines who actually controlled this narrative. Caligula demanded absolute loyalty and actively humiliated the Roman elites and the Senate to cement his power. The critical flaw in the historical record is that the political enemies he alienated are the exact people who wrote his history decades later. The beach incident likely began as standard military discipline. Making disobedient soldiers perform demeaning tasks, like picking up shells, was a known punishment that his enemies later exaggerated into a tale of madness. Transforming a ruthless political rival into a deranged lunatic justifies their hatred of him and legitimizes his eventual murder. The reality of the Roman political machine was harsh. The empire easily absorbed high taxes, extreme political ambition, and routine cruelty. The one trait the state could not tolerate was absolute unpredictability. The constant fear generated by Caligula's erratic decisions eventually pushed his own court to the breaking point. In 41 AD, his reign ended abruptly. He was ambushed and assassinated by members of his own military guard. An emperor who commands armies against the sea, yet cannot maintain the trust of his own protectors, guarantees his own destruction. His assassination gave the survivors total control. They scrubbed away his true intentions and replaced them with the myth of a monster. Caligula's war on the sea reveals the fragility of truth in a state ruled by fear. In this environment, the distinction between strategy and madness disappears, and history simply prints the legend.